right, so let's go ahead and have a little bit of fun today, man. I did not plan on shooting a case battle video this morning, but I was like, you know what? I got some dope cases right now, man, and it's gonna be good to compare a lot of these cases together because, yeah, we got to start deciding what's the king out here when it comes to these cases. So as you can see right here, we have arguably two of the best cases out there for the iPhone 13 Pro, and especially when it comes to this material that they are made of. All right, first up, we have the Mous Limitless 4.0 in that ARAMID fiber, tried and true mouse case. You've seen this already in case battles. This thing has been doing its thing when it comes to case battles, man. Always love what they have going on with the Mous Limitless, but that's the OG. We got to go ahead and talk about the new kid on the block, and that is going to be the PhoneRebel Gen 3 ARAMID fiber case right here. Definitely a new kid on the block. Definitely one of my favorite cases, man. So it's going to be tough. I kind of alternate almost between these cases and another one, but we don't have to talk about that case because you can't buy it right now. So we're going to talk about these, man. We can go ahead and put them through the paces. We're going to see the battle, and we're going to see who comes out on top. All right, so let's go ahead and jump straight into it, and let's go ahead and kick it off with the weight. So we're going to go ahead and see which one of these bad boys weighs the most, which one weighs the least. All right, so starting off with the Mous Limitless 4.0. Dropping that down on the scale, we are looking at 37 grams. All right, so 37 grams for the Mous Limitless 4.0. Bringing the PhoneRebel Gen 3 over here. Let's take a look at this one. There it is, 37 grams, all right? So we don't have to give the point over anybody on that one. That's going to be a draw when you come to talking about weight. So with the weight, both of these is going to be 37 grams. Both of these cases are very light in the hands. There is nothing too difficult about holding these. Not heavy, not bulky. Kind of basically the same category in the same family when we are talking about protection, all right? Now, let's go ahead and move over to the build quality, man, because some of these cases are extremely overpriced. But when it comes to that build quality, you see why they are actually what they are. So let's go ahead and start off with the Mous when we are talking about build quality. Now, this Mous Limitless case, you know, are a very rigid case. All right, like this is not anything that's some sorry material. I'm pretty sure if you're watching this video, you already know about Mous's reputation. You see their crazy drop test when it comes to the Mous case. So something to always look forward to when you're talking about protection of this bad boy here. When you're looking on the inside, you can see that shock absorption material all the way around, and then you see it right there in the corners of the bottom. On the inside, no soft lining. Would have really loved to see Mous put some soft lining here on the inside, but that's not terrible. As you can see, you get that MagSafe magnet right there, flipping over on the back, classic little Mous branding with that ARAMID fiber. All right, so that's going to be the Mous, man. Just tried and true build quality when it comes to the buttons. We'll talk about the buttons when we actually snap it on the phone, but bringing that PhoneRebel Gen 3 over here, and let's go ahead and talk about the build quality. All right, so first things first, when you're taking a look at shock absorption material, all right, so when you look at both of these on the inside, the Mous has a little bit more shock material. As you can see, it goes all the way around, but on the PhoneRebel Gen 3, it has it just on the corners. All right, so that's something to take note of when we are talking about build quality. Now, as you can see on the inside, this one does have that soft felt lining over the Mous. All right, like I said, I would have loved to see the Mous have that soft felt lining, but they don't. But PhoneRebel said, yo, we got it. So very nice, a big patch of it right here, and then you got it shaped all going the way around it. So very nice job when it comes to that build quality. Now, one thing that I said on my review about the PhoneRebel Gen 3 is my concern, but PhoneRebel has answered, and they're actually fixing this right now, is the buttons, all right? So I'm not sure how good this video will age, but you know the button design on the PhoneRebel Gen 3 to me is just a little bit flawed, especially as you can see right there. It's basically held on by a little piece of adhesive fabric, and I feel like this will come off. Now, to just kind of tell you how it's been, I've been using this case for a while, and I haven't had any issues with that coming off. I take cases on and off all day long. You see the videos that I do, and I haven't had an issue with the buttons, all right? So I do think they might be better over time. But for right now, with this case right now, the way it stands, and a new model is going to be coming out later on in March, I got to review the case for what it is, and that just a little bit concerns me when we are talking about the build quality of this case. Now, another thing that concerns me a little bit is when I first got this case, I felt a lot of bit of creaking and just weird kind of noises when it comes to this case, all right? Like, it's just, I don't know. It just made some weird noises when I would grip it and different things like that, like the phone wasn't fully flush in the case. As of recently, that's kind of been, you know, null and voided. I haven't heard those things, but that's also something to just point out, you know what I mean? So something that we got to think about. And then when you're talking about the cutouts, as you can see, we got accurate cutouts here, and we got the full cutouts on the Mous. All right. So For the build quality right now, and I'm probably going to have to go with the mouse just because of there isn't any issues with this. There's no flaws. There's nothing that you have to go and redesign. You don't have anything to do when it comes to this mouse case. So build design itself and build quality, I'm probably going to have to give it to the Mous Limitless 4.0. Now, let's go ahead and check out the fit. So let's go ahead and bring my iPhone 13 Pro. Before a lot of people say it, yes, I did go back and get the Sierra Blue 13 Pro. All right, so yep, that's what I got going on right here. So let's go ahead and slap it in the Mous Limitless 4.0, and let's just go ahead and take a look at this right now, especially when we're talking about fit on the actual phone itself, all right, and the button. So basically the case, how it performs on the actual phone, that's kind of what this category is about, all right. So popping it all on, everything is good on that top side, as you can see, smooth on that left side. Very nice, generous area for this cutout for the mute toggle. Volume up and down buttons are raised, and they do have those air slits up there, but the buttons aren't the best in my opinion. I mean, they're okay. I feel like you have to press them a little bit harder than other cases to activate, if that's what you want to say. So the volume up and down buttons just is a little bit mushy to me, man. It's just kind of, I wish they would just update the buttons just a little bit. When it comes to the bottom, as you can see, they have those equal cutouts. Now I know some of you prefer the accurate cutouts, but this is what they have. They have the equal power button with the air slits, also works just fine. And you can see that raised up camera. Putting it on the bottom, rock test. It's going to rock a little bit when it comes to that camera. And when you're talking about lay on the table protection, you see it has a little bit more lip that goes up on both sides, giving you that greater lay on the table protection. And like I said, you have seen mouse cases, you know these can take some drops, all right? So very nice job when it comes to the features of the actual case, except I would like for those buttons to just be a little bit better. Now, when we're talking about fit, the fit on the Limitless is probably some of the best that you can get out there in the market. You really have to pull that to get that to pull apart. Even by the buttons, it is still pulling very, very tight. Coming down the side of it, very, very snug. And on the bottom, very snug as well. Get a little bit of pull by the lightning port, but nothing bad at all. And when you're talking about snapping it on, very confident snaps. That goes all the way around, no creaking, no movement. Everything about the fit of this Limitless 4.0 is spot on without any issues. So very good fit, man. The mouse cases always fit amazingly well, no matter what phone that you have them for, all right? Now, next up, let's go ahead and take a look at the I say Limitless. No, we just looked at the Limitless, man. Let's take a look at the PhoneRebel Gen 3, all right? So let's pop it in and let's go over all the aspects as well, because the new kid on the block is no slow leak either, man. This thing got its thing going on as well. So let's go ahead and take a look at the top. As you can see, the designs that's going on with that top. On that left side with this slanted mute toggle switch, a little bit more tighter to get into, but you can still get to it just fine. Even with the issues that I have with the buttons, they still press very well. The buttons do feel very good. It could be a little bit better, but hopefully we see that improve when the new buttons come out. On the bottom, you get your accurate cutouts there on the bottom. Same thing with that raised power button. That feels good as well with that camera protected. Now, putting it down on the back, a little bit of rock, no rock when it comes to the side, but you get a little bit of rock there. The one thing I like about the Gen 3 is you have these little tabs right here that's going to lift the phone up actually from being sitting directly on the desk. So that's pretty good, man. You don't want to damage that nice ARAMID fiber that we have going on the back. All right, now let's go ahead and check out the fit of the case, because this thing also fits very, very well. So coming with the top, I'm going to say it's a little bit more snug with the mouse than the top. Coming along the bottom to sides, you get a little extra pull right there when it comes to the buttons. Now, this does snap right back into place. I don't feel like it'll be too bad over time, but you can kind of almost see the area pressing in a little bit, which I'm being super nitpicky, but this is the thing people look for. So this does move. And one thing that really bothers me is when you pull it, you can kind of hear the glue from that fabric starting to separate, man. So really want to see that new design Gen 3 case come and kind of solve some of these things. But as you're coming down the sides, very, very snug. Come along that bottom, it's going to droop just a little bit more than that mouse case, all right? So it definitely droops a little bit more. So for the fit, oh man, this is going to be tough. I'm probably still going to give it to the mouse just because there is no issues with the fit. Like, it's tight all the way around, even by the buttons, and even down here by the lightning port. No sounds, no anything. So right now, the mouse right now is running away with it, but I think things are slowly about to change when we start to get into some more categories. Now, next up, let's go ahead and take a look at MagSafe strength. Now, I'm gonna already tell you right now, I already know the winner of this category, but let's go ahead and go through his paces. So here it is, man, Gen 3, when we are talking about MagSafe. So of course it's MagSafe compatible, works just fine. Now I do have a different base right here when it comes to wireless charging. Not my classic stainless steel base. This is going to be a little bit different from Nomad. We will talk about this in a separate video, but this is a little bit more lighter than the other one. All right. So, but with me handling it, I know right now, and of course this will pick this base up because this base isn't that heavy. So that's kind of the weight. So that's a very strong magnet right there when it comes to the Gen 3. All right. So let's go ahead and take this off of the phone itself. And let's go ahead and slap the mouse up here and let's take a look at that MagSafe quality. Of course, MagSafe as well. But yeah, this one definitely has a noticeable weaker magnet than the PhoneRebel Gen 3. So this is going to be quick and easy right here, all right? If MagSafe is your thing and you need the absolute one of the strongest magnets that's out there on the market when it comes to the case, you got to go ahead and go with the PhoneRebel Gen 3. They just know how to do some very powerful magnets in their case. So yep, got to get a winner to the MagSafe strength to the Gen 3 from PhoneRebel. Now, next up, let's go ahead and talk about something that is very important to me when it comes to cases, and that is going to be grip. All right. Now, one thing about the mouse cases is they've always been a little bit slippery in my opinion, and I wish they would fix that. We do have a little bit of hope, especially coming with their Evolution case that we have been seeing with the new iPhone series. So hopefully with their mounting system, hopefully they can move some of that grip and things to the sides. But when you're gripping this, it isn't the slipperiest, but it definitely could use a little bit of something on the side. So the grip on the mouse is decent. I feel like I wouldn't have any problem running this case, and I have ran this case before daily without any problems. So I think it's okay. The grip is fine, but I definitely think this case probably could use a little bit more grip because it is that slick material that's on the sides. All right, now let's go ahead and bring the Gen 3 over here and let's go ahead and pop it in. And one thing that the Gen 3 has going for itself is it has a little bit more going on the sides. Now, although it's kind of that same material, the way it's cut, the way it has the angles, I feel makes it definitely better to grip in your hand. So when it comes to the grip between the mouse and the PhoneRebel Gen 3, I'm gonna have to give it to the PhoneRebel because this definitely feels a little bit better in your hands while gripping it. And it just gives you a little bit more reassuring feel in your hands. Now, it's not the most grippiest case out there, but I do feel like it does win over the mouse when it comes to the grip category. So making a strong comeback, PhoneRebel Gen 3 wins in the grip category. Now, we know one of the most important specs when it comes to these cases is going to be the price, and straight up, there is another clear winner when it comes to the price, man. When you are talking about the Mous Limitless case, if I'm not mistaken, this case is going to run you, what, 64, 60 bucks, around that price range. You got to pay for mouse cases. That's always been a thing. You got to pay for premium when it comes to drop protection. So very expensive case when it comes to the mouse cases. Some of the most expensive cases out there on the market. But like I said, the protection is tried and true. But where the PhoneRebel Gen 3 wins, in my opinion, and this is the winner of the price category, definitely the PhoneRebel Gen 3, is this case comes in under $40, all right? Like, I know when you put tax and everything on it, probably take it over it, but for what this case offers and for the price point that it has, I feel like this is a very, very comfortable price point where people feel like paying for cases. When you get above that $50 mark, people start feeling a little bit uncomfortable paying for cases, and down there in the comments below, let me know what's the most that you'll pay for a case. But I feel like they win clearly when it comes to the price department, with this being readily available, both of these being readily available, but this being just about half the price of the mouse case, and it still offers more features, man. So I'm gonna have to give the price a runaway win right here to the PhoneRebel Gen 3. All right, so with that being said, you already know who won this battle. It is going to be the PhoneRebel Gen 3, all right? And another thing that I didn't even talk about was the extra bumps on the sides right here when you were talking about lay on the table protection. So they have another iteration of that as well. Yo, I'm not taking anything away from the Mous Limitless line. This is a tried and true, a true OG when it comes to cases, but set this to the side. This thing right here checks a lot of boxes, even with the buttons that has what they have going on. When they fix those buttons, this will probably be close to one of the most perfect cases, in my opinion, that I've used. Just everything about this case between the price, and the price is one thing that is just nails it out the park. The price, with this being a very affordable case, in my opinion, that knocks it out the park. The tight fit on it, even by the buttons over here, might pull a little bit. Once again, $38, $40 case compared to a $65, $50 case. All right, so I'm gonna have to give it my personal opinion. Some may disagree out there, and let me know who your clear winner is down in the comment section below, but I'm gonna have to give it to the PhoneRebel Gen 3. All right, now this isn't gonna be the last time you see this PhoneRebel. We're gonna have to put this up against some of the OGs, the winners. We gotta get this to the sheath. We gotta put it on that. We also gotta put it up against this bad boy right here, the Pitaka Mag Easy Pro case. This is going to be a tough battle. I was going to do this battle this morning, but I didn't want to because guess what? You can't buy this case anywhere. And I don't want to do a battle, give you a winner or something, then you can't even go buy the case, all right? So I was like, you know what? Let's go ahead and bring the OG, the Mous Limitless. Held its own 4-3 with the tie for the actual weight of it, which is, yeah, basically 5-4. Lost by 1 point, man, the Mous. But we're going to have to give it to the PhoneRebel Gen 3 for this one. Yo, but hope you enjoyed this video, man. If you want to see more case battles like this one, make sure you hit that subscribe button and make sure you turn that bell on so you don't miss it, or any other casual case reviews that I got going on for the channel. But yo, everyone be safe. Catch you on the next one. Later.